YouTube, what's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and the battlefield may be cold, but there's fire. That's right, we're going to have a fun 3v3 battle, and this is actually Team Fire we're looking at here. So we got an Empire player with the Bright Wizard, and he's also got a Warrior Priest and a Huntsman General, which goes along nicely with the Bright Wizard. They have some synergies in terms of abilities. And then as far as his teammates, he's got a Lizard teammate rocking Mazdamundi with the Shredder of Lustria. And then he's got a High Elf teammate. I'm going to slow it down for just a second as we get things started. Rocking a Lariel and a Flamespire Phoenix. Now this is not a full funds battle. This is obviously forcing players to make some more interesting choices rather than just having your kind of typical large armies that you can get in these team battles. So let's take a look. Empire's got a couple of pistoliers, a cannon. I'm going to swing across the battlefield as we go. There's a couple of Knights of the Blazing Sun in the forest, as well as some Demigryph Knights. Now these are the standard variety, not with halberds, and there's nothing wrong with that. Standard Demigryph Knights are very good as well. And then we've got a Warrior Priest here to support with the Battle Prayers, and I'm trying to remember the names of their abilities. I always forget it. I want to get it right. The Hammer of Sigmar and Soulfire. And then you've got Shield of Faith. Alright, so that's going to be their special abilities. Now there are several red-crested skinks across the front. Good cheap infantry. Deals some armor-piercing damage. You can't expect them to hold forever, but they can be cost-effective in certain mashups. The Huntsman General does have his fire-based abilities, so that could go along very nicely with the Bright Wizard, or one of those abilities is like throwing an oil vat, and then you can use the Flaming Shot with it for extra damage. There's a Flamespire Phoenix, a couple of White Lions, some Archers, a Lariel, and an Elven Steed, the Scions of Mathlan, and then a couple of Standard Spears. Now, for the enemy team, this battle ought to be liked by many right off the bat. Oh, I forgot the Heralds of the Wind out here, too. There's some Nehekara Horsemen, a couple of Nehekara Warriors, and then there are some Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spears, along with High Queen Khalida, and then supporting them are a couple of Bone Giants. Bone Giants are like everybody's favorite for whatever reason. I remember when these guys came out, it was just like everybody wanted nothing but Bone Giants pretty much all the time. And they are a cool unit. Very fun one to use. We've got Chaos led by Prince Sigvald and a Shadow Sorcerer. He's got some Knights with Lances, some Chosen, some Chaos Warriors, some pretty heavy infantry, all things considered. And then we've got Morgur the Shadowgave leading the Beastmen. He's got Gorbull with him. He is fresh on the election campaign trail here for 2020. Remember to vote Gorbull because he will destroy all humans equally, folks. And then he's got some Ungor Spear Herds as well as some Bestigor Herds. So should be a lot of fun. Let's let the battle kick off and we'll kind of get a chance to see what all's happening here. If I can hit the play button properly. Yeah, so Pistoliers, fantastic unit against low armor, or just big targets that they can unload into. They got a lot of DPS, just because of the fact that they're firing both guns. They can do decent damage to certain targets. So something that you should be aware of. Look at the Fireball here. It's going to be used against the Minotaurs with great weapons. It's a pretty good call by the Bright Wizard, because he can kind of execute a unit model there. And it's a good way to kind of start doing some damage to an expensive unit that's obviously going to be a big threat. The Shredder is already glitching out like Dread Saurians do. But that's okay. Mazdamundi's coming in, and look at this. I mean, I don't know if that was skill or luck there. Maybe part both. Mazdamundi immediately drops the Ruination of Cities and a Banishment coming in from Alariel over here. So huge damage right away for Chaos and Tomb Kings. And the Beastmen, though, not taking the brunt of that, and we're going to get a huge fight right under center here. See, the two Bone Giants are just ripping away at Mazdamundi and the Shredder of Lustria. They're taking massive damage. They're going to get a Curse of the Midnight Wind in here, and then the Soulfire ability coming in from the Warrior Priest. So this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight right here, and to make it even better, Mazdamundi drops a Banishment right in the middle of it. So a huge fight taking place. That Banishment actually moving in close to the Knights of the Blazing Sun and doing some friendly fire damage, which is not ideal. And then a Pit of Shades put right in the middle of this densely packed Knight formation by the Chaos Shadow Sorcerer. And that is going to cause some pretty intense damage. Pit of Shades is good against armor. It is very good against armor, in fact. The High Elf Archers are getting pounded by the Bone Daddies right now. Alariel's looking to fall back towards them because her army is mostly falling apart. There's this one white lion that got the Star of Avelorn that is still standing, but you can see the Tomb Kings, along with some Chaos troops, were able to rip through their lines, and that's going to leave Alarielle to be falling back once these white lions fall apart. And that really is a matter of time now. They're getting hit by those knights with lances. Those guys do intense damage to infantry. We got some bombs coming off the Flamespire Phoenix, or Flaming Bird do, if you will. It's bad enough when they get your car, then they have to put flaming crap on you during battle. It's never a fun thing. Let you see that. So don't forget that ability when you're using the Flamespire Phoenix. It's important and helps you get some extra work done. So Team Fire and their opponents are pretty closely matched right now. You can see the Knights of the Blazing Sun coming back from having been routed. And over here, Mazda and the Shredder are trying to clean up Gorbel and Morgur, but there are some reinforcements coming in. But then again, there's some Skinks coming in to reinforce there. The cannon in the back for the Empire has been firing at the Bone Giants, but hasn't done a lot. The second Ruination going off there for Mazda Mundi. And here in the middle, the summoned Chaos spawn from Morgur, making life difficult for Team Fire. In fact, they are pretty much wrapped up, and it is trouble. Now, let's take a look back here in the back, get a quick view of this. The Pistoliers have come up to give the Bone Giants some problems. The Ushabti that was summoned from the Realm of Souls, being full, is there to help fight these guys off, and the Bone Giants continue to fire. I don't know how you miss a Shredder of Lustria. These Bone Giants must have been Stormtroopers before they were turned into Bones, or Bone Giants, I guess, in the end. But they sure shoot like Stormtroopers there. I guess they get an occasional hit. And there's another miss. Holy cow. These guys need some work. Anyway, that banishment from Mazda Mundi coming off, trying to clean up a little bit of this fight in the middle. The Shadow Sorcerer catching just a few Knights of the Blazing Sun, and a couple of Demigryph Knights stray a little too close here as well. So this will definitely cause some damage, but it also got some Chaos Warriors in the mix. You can see the Ushabti running in here, hoping to get in on the action as well before they crumble. The Bone Giants, though, are running out of ammunition, and they're going to be charged by the Warrior Priest. There are some Knights with Lances here who can intercept that, and they will. You're going to see the Warrior Priest try and take the shot, but the Demigryph Knights routed anyway, just due to damage and losses. And now we got ourselves a close battle. The cannons firing away, and Shredder and Mazda Mundi are working their way forward. The Bone Giants nearly out of ammo, but they've caused tremendous damage with one hit after another. There could have been healing on the Shredder. Let's take a look at Mazda. Does he have Apotheosis? He does. And then there is also the Alarielle on the field, so I don't know if he got healing, but he certainly could have. These Bone Giants were certainly cranking out some damage during the fight. They're going to try and put some more damage on him here. He's only got 1,300 hit points. Bone Giants do decent damage in melee. They do really good missile damage, especially against large. Mazda Mundi is hurt pretty badly. He's going to have his work cut out for him. Now, the Huntsman General is still in good shape. You can see him moving up here, probably hoping to get some shots at these Bone Giants. It would be a target against which he would be very good. This massive missile damage with anti-large. See some healing there, this Apotheosis. I figured there was going to be healing going on. You can see the Huntsman General moving in. He may not be as big as the Bone Giant, but he has special abilities. Abilities that make him a nightmare for Bone Daddies like these. Let's take a look at the Huntsman General, get some shots off in here. It's a pretty cool general, man. His ability where you can throw the oil flask on and then hit him with like a fire shot is amazing. It is actually, there he goes. See, he's put the oil out right there. He's going to try and use his special ability, no doubt, coming up here. See that the Shredder of Lustria comes back for one last go. And here comes the Frostheart Phoenix. Let's see if Shred Daddy gets to come back in and get some revenge against the Bone Boys for all the stuff they did against him. Oh, no, he's gonna rout. Is he? What's he? You never know what Shredder's doing. There's like just so much weird animations with the Shredder of Lustria. This one is swinging back in favor of Team Fire. Morgur still here, but he is just barely hanging on to life. Chaos Sorcerer is way away from the main battle. Sigvald is still in good health, but he's got problems. All of his support is now gone, and ain't no way Sigvald is going to be able to sit here and fight against all this. He's in a little bit over his head here. We're going to get an epic finish to this as the Warrior Priest, the Shredder of Lustria, and Mazda Mundi all get a piece of the Gelded Prince here. That was a good one. Really appreciate Dovplay sending this one in for me. And he's got his teammates here. Yog? Yeah, Jog? Yeah, however we say that one. Reptile King playing with him as his beloved lizards. Dutch Skink as Chaos. Holy Zigzag as Beastmen. And Muscle Memory playing as the Tomb Kings here. Let's check out Dobbs' army. I like the fire-focused army. Honestly, I've done this before myself, both in campaign and in multiplayer. The Huntsman General with fire-based units is just a whole lot of fun. It's definitely something that you got to give a try if you haven't. That oil flask and the synergy that you get with the Bright Wizard is really cool. It's just a fun way to play. And I like that he brought the Demigryph Knights here. Some people don't know this, that, you know, standard Demigryph Knights are also good. They have armor-piercing damage. They're not anti-large, but there's scenarios in which they're good. They also have a lot higher charge, and they can dish a lot of damage to infantry. So a unit to be aware of. They can be used in a slightly different fashion than Demigryph Knights with halberds, but still quite capable. And Pistoliers probably get underranked from people sometimes too. They give the Empire a real ability to harass people, and they do pretty darn good damage, and are pretty quick. Not super quick, but they're pretty quick, so never a bad pick there. Let's check out the High Elves here with Alariel. She got some work done out of one of these White Lions. This must have been the one that continued to be healed, because the other one obviously was very dead, but that's not bad for one of these White Lions to go get itself a bunch of kills like that. Nice work with the Flamespire Phoenix. I don't know if it counts the kills from the bombs, but it was certainly doing damage to infantry blobs. And then Alariel, she doesn't have to get a ton of kills per se. She can do a lot of healing and have a huge impact on the battle that way. As for Reptile King, pretty risky only having 5 units in a battle. But, you know, again, this was obviously a different funds level here, and he spent all of his funds on Mazda and the Shredder. There's definitely some synergies between these two. They can crunch out a ton of damage. They have huge mass, and Mazdamundi can buff and heal the Shredder of Lustria, which makes that a pretty interesting combo. And you can see that the big Slan himself getting a fair number of kills. And as for Dutch Skink, I mean, Sigvald was alive and fighting to the end. And honestly, these Chaos Warriors were causing some chaos in the middle for quite a long time. So Dutch Skink was putting up a huge fight, a couple of nice pits of shade. Pits of shades they were thrown there. How do you do that one in multiples? And then Holy Zigzag here rocking the Beastmen. I love playing Beastmen. Beastmen may be in need of some more units and maybe some love or something like that, but they are still a fun faction. They hit hard, they hit fast, and they've got some fun ways to play. So love seeing Holy Zigzag, especially bring Gorbel. I mean, go vote for this guy for president. How could you not vote for him? I mean, do you want equality or not? Because, I mean, he's going to make all humans equally dead. I just don't understand why people can't bring themselves together and vote for Gorbel, okay? I know I'm not supposed to do politics on the channel, but I'll always be in there for Gorbel. I'm always campaigning for it. And then Muscle Memory rocking the Court of Libaris here, doing pretty decent with High Queen Khalida, all things said. And then the Bone Giants caused a ton of damage. It won't show it in the kills, but they were really chipping away at the Shredder and Mazdamundi. They did some big work, regardless of what it says in the kills. These chevrons, there was probably at least some on them at the beginning of the battle. I doubt they actually quadruple chevroned in that battle, but I'm sure that they gained at least some. Hey, if y'all enjoyed this one and you want to be a part of battles like this, feel free to check out the link in the description. You can join the Discord. We are growing fast now, probably over 4,000 members, but even with that many people, it's a small community in the sense that you're always welcome and people will help you out. And then, of course, if you want to see more, make sure you're subscribed. Hit a like if you enjoyed the video. If you disliked it, please go dislike it. And like or dislike, hey, if you want to support the channel, I'm telling you it's a little thing, but leaving some comments and interacting is huge. Helps me out a lot. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see you on another Total War Warhammer 2 battle.